Hey everybody, how are you doing today? So do me a favor before we get started, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. So today I saw an interesting article in relation to weight loss. So there was a new study done. Um, First and foremost, I'm a doctorate of pharmacy and I'm also a real estate investor. So this article was interesting to me. So they're talking about this weight loss drug. There's a company by the name of Novo Nordisk, which I'm sure you've heard of. So they make a lot of weight loss medications. So they recently studied Ozempic in particular. So I'm sure you heard of Ozempic. So they make Ozempic and they make Sazinda. So in spite of what was found in this study, Novo Nordisk, they state that they stand behind the safety and efficacy of these drugs. I stand behind. Does that remind you of any joke in the past? Anyone know what I'm talking about? Okay, so the joke doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about, but I'm just curious. I stand behind. Okay, I'm going to move on. So there are mainly two drugs that this study is studying. So semaglutide and liraglutide. So they gave each of them two different names based on how it's used. So these are GLP-1 agonists and they slow the food that's going through your stomach. So semaglutide, brand name Ozempic. So it's called Ozempic if it's used for diabetes, and it's called Wegovy if it's used for weight loss. So they gave this one drug two different names. Ozempic if it's for diabetes, Wegovy if it's for weight loss. And they also studied liraglutide. This has two different names. Victoza if it's for diabetes, and Sazinda if it's for weight loss. So they studied these two GLP-1 agonists. And what did they discover? I found it to be interesting. They discovered that it has a side effect, but this side effect is rare. It's 1%. 1%. So according to their study, they state that people who take these specific drugs have digestive problems. Only 1%. 1% of people who take it. And the digestive problems that were stated are stomach paralysis, pancreatitis, bowel obstruction. And bowel obstruction is a medical emergency. So this is what they found in the study: stomach paralysis, pancreatitis, bowel obstruction. So it is rare at 1%. But I did think that this was interesting. They have put a new warning label on Ozempic, and the warning label is ileus or blocked intestines. So this was just added to the Ozempic label. So one of the reasons why this study was recently done is because a patient was treated in the ER who was vomiting 15 to 20 times a day. So the physician really didn't know why the patient is vomiting 15 to 20 times a day, but they treated the patient with something that will help the stomach paralysis, and the patient got better. They noticed that this patient was taking Ozempic. They treated stomach paralysis, and the patient got better. So as a result, they decided to go in and study these drugs more, right? So I just think that is interesting. But they say that it's rare, 1% of the population. So what does this have to do with money? Well, there are pharmaceutical companies on the stock exchange. So when you look up Novo Nordisk, over the past year, their annual rate of return is 71%. When you look at the past 5 years, their annual rate of return is 284%. So that's astronomical. So the demand for these weight loss drugs have exploded, according to the article. Tens of millions of people are taking these weight loss drugs all over the world. And so what does that mean? If people are taking weight loss drugs all over the world, tens of millions of people, that means that other people are profiting. While some people are trying to lose weight and getting the benefits of losing weight, other people are profiting. And then you see these results in the stock market: 71% annual rate of return in 1 year, 284% annual rate of return in 5 years. So I just thought that was interesting, what's happening with the weight loss drugs. So this is just one class of weight loss drugs, and they have noticed this new side effect. Again, they say that it's rare, 1%. So tens of millions of people all over the world are taking these. So 1% of tens of millions of people. So I just thought it was interesting and something to be aware of if you know anyone who is taking these drugs. So again, it's rare. They state it is 1%. All right, but there is a connection between tens of millions of people taking a drug and the stock market. All right, so do me a favor. If you like the channel, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. Also, if you are not in the stock market, check the link below and join the rest of the world and get into the stock market. As you know, nobody puts all of their eggs in one basket. This is just one small piece of the basket, right? So again, you have your stock market, you have your real estate, you have your business. Either you create it or you buy it. And some people are doing Bitcoin, Ethereum. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice, just for educational and informational purposes only. I just thought it was something that was interesting because it's something that they just found. They just found the correlation. All right, so do me a favor before you leave, hit that like button. All right, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your night. Bye for now.